Imagine making a hot meal using nothing but sunlight. No firewood, no gas, no electricity, just the sun and a clever bit of engineering. Sounds like something out of a science fair, right? But off-gridders know, when the power's out, when fuel is low, or when you're trying to live lighter on the land, cooking with sunlight isn't just possible, it's practical. In today's episode, we're diving into solar cooking. We'll explore why it matters, how it works, and most importantly, how you can build your very own solar cooker at home, cheaply, effectively, and with minimal tools. Whether you're preparing for emergencies or just want to make lunch on a sunny afternoon without burning a single log, this is the sustainable solution you've been waiting for. Let's get started. The magic of solar cooking. Before we get into the nuts and bolts, let's talk about the magic. Cooking with sunlight may sound like a novelty, but it's been around for centuries. The basic principle is simple. Concentrate sunlight onto a cooking vessel until it gets hot enough to cook food. And yes, it works. You can boil water, bake bread, roast vegetables, even slow cook meat, all with zero fuel. What makes solar cooking so exciting off-grid is its efficiency. On a sunny day, it gives you the power to prepare hot meals without drawing down your batteries, chopping firewood, or firing up the propane. It's silent, smoke-free, and 100% renewable. Plus, once you build the cooker, it's basically free to operate. You just need sunlight and a little patience. Types of solar cookers. There are several types of solar cookers, but they fall into three basic categories: panel cookers, box cookers, and parabolic cookers. Panel cookers are the simplest. They use reflective panels to direct sunlight onto a black pot, often placed inside a clear bag or glass enclosure to trap heat. They're easy to build and great for slow cooking. Box cookers are like solar ovens. They're insulated boxes with a glass or clear plastic top and internal reflectors. They're slightly more complex, but hold heat better and reach higher temps. Parabolic cookers are the most powerful. They use curved reflectors. Think of a satellite dish lined with mirrors to focus sunlight to a single point. They can fry, boil, or even burn if you're not careful, but they're also more labor intensive to build. Today, we're building a simple yet effective box-style solar cooker. Why? Because it balances performance and safety, and you can make one with basic materials you probably already have lying around. And stick around, later in the video, we'll share a powerful trick to boost your solar cooker's heat output using nothing but a baking tray. Materials you'll need. Let's run through the list. To build a basic solar box cooker, you'll need a cardboard box, ideally a small, sturdy one that fits inside a slightly larger box, aluminum foil, black non-toxic paint or black cookware, a piece of clear glass or clear plastic, like a sheet from a picture frame, insulating material, shredded paper, wool, sawdust, straw, or even crumpled newspaper, glue or tape, a utility knife or scissors, a cooking vessel, a black pot with a lid works best, optional, a small thermometer to track internal temperature, not necessary, but satisfying. Let's build it step by step. Step 1. The box within a box. First, take your smaller box and place it inside the larger box. The gap between the two, on all sides and the bottom, is where your insulation goes. You want your inner box to be as centered as possible. Cut down the outer box if it's too tall. The goal is to have just enough space to fill with insulation and still have the inner box sit close to the top. Once the positioning is right, fill the gap with your insulating material, crumpled newspaper, wool, sawdust, whatever you've got. This helps trap heat and keeps it focused on the cooking chamber. Glue or tape the inner box into place and make sure it's level. Step 2. The reflective lid. Next, take the lid from the outer box or flat from the top and create your reflector. Cover one side with aluminum foil, shiny side out. Smooth out wrinkles as much as you can. This surface will bounce sunlight directly into the box. The more you angle it toward the sun, the more heat you'll trap. You can use string or sticks to hold the flap open at the right angle during use. Pro tip: 30 to 60 degrees works best depending on the time of day. Step 3. Paint it black. Now you want to absorb heat, not reflect it. Paint the inside of the smaller inner box with black paint. Make sure it's heat resistant and non-toxic, since your food will be nearby. If you're not using paint, use a black pot or pan for your food. The color black absorbs heat more efficiently than any other, so don't skip this step. It makes a real difference. Step 4. Seal the top. Your clear glass or plastic goes on the top of the inner box. This is your oven door. It lets sunlight in and traps heat like a greenhouse. Cut the opening so the glass fits snugly on top, sealing in warm air. You can use weather stripping or tape around the edges to make a tighter seal if needed. If you're using plastic, choose something heat safe, like polycarbonate or PT. Thin sheets from dollar store poster frames work in a pinch too. And that's it. Your basic box-style solar cooker is ready to roll. Want to take it up a notch? Place a black metal baking tray at the bottom of the cooking box. It acts as a heat sink, absorbing and radiating heat evenly. This small tweak can increase your cooking temps by 10 to 20 degrees. Operation and cooking tips. Alright, so you've built your cooker. How do you actually cook with it? Start by placing it in full sun, no shade, no clouds if possible. Use a compass app or just track the shadows to orient it southward if you're in the northern hemisphere. Adjust the reflective lid to bounce light directly into the box. Place your black pot inside the box and put the glass cover on. Then, Wait, solar cooking is slow cooking. Most meals take between 1 and 3 hours, depending on temperature and sunlight. Think of it like a crock pot, not a microwave. Always preheat the box if you can. Set it in the sun for 30 minutes before adding food. This helps it retain heat and improves cooking time. You can cook rice, boil eggs, make stews, bake bread, or even dehydrate fruits if you get creative. And if you're experimenting, use the thermometer to track how hot it gets inside. Ideally, you want to reach at least 150 degrees Fahrenheit, 65 degrees Celsius for slow cooking, and 200 degrees Fahrenheit plus 93 degrees Celsius for baking or boiling. A solar cooker can even pasteurize water in emergencies. At 160 degrees Fahrenheit, 71 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, most harmful pathogens are killed. Just another reason why this tool belongs in your off-grid survival kit. But wait, what happens when the clouds roll in? Let's talk about challenges. Limitations of solar cooking. Solar cooking is incredible, but it's not magic. It relies heavily on clear skies and a decent amount of sunlight. That means it's best used between late morning and mid-afternoon in fair weather. Rainy or overcast days won't cut it. Winter works, but only if the sun is strong and you're diligent about adjusting your angle. Wind can cool down your cooker fast, so use barriers or cook in a sheltered area. Also, you can't fry food in a basic box cooker. The temps just don't get high enough. For that, you need a parabolic reflector and a much more advanced build. Still, for the cost, simplicity, and sustainability, a solar box cooker punches way above its weight. It's a fantastic backup system, especially when paired with other off-grid cooking tools like rocket stoves or wood-fired ovens. Now let me ask you this, if the grid went down tomorrow, could you still make a hot meal? Could you boil water for coffee? Or cook dinner without using fuel? The beauty of solar cooking is that it flips the equation. You stop depending on external energy and start using what's free, abundant, and surprisingly powerful. So whether you're a prepper, a homesteader, or just someone curious about alternative cooking, this is a project worth building. Maintenance and upgrades. Once you've built your cooker, take care of it. Store it indoors when not in use. Moisture and wind can warp cardboard, so treat it with respect. As you gain experience, you can upgrade the materials: wood instead of cardboard, mirrors instead of foil, polycarbonate instead of plastic. You can add a thermometer or even an adjustable sun tracking system. And if you get really into it, consider building a parabolic solar cooker for serious heat. Just be warned, those things can melt metal if you're not careful. And there you have it. A functional, low-cost, DIY solar cooker that can bake bread, boil water, and cook real meals without burning a single ounce of fuel. All you need is a few materials and a little sunlight. Thanks for sticking around. If you found this helpful, drop a comment with your favorite off-grid cooking tip or your experience with solar cookers. Like and share if you think more people should know how powerful a little sunshine can be. And don't forget to subscribe, because we've got more off-grid builds, homestead hacks, and survival skills coming your way every week. Until next time, stay smart, stay sustainable, and keep cooking with the sun.